Dear students, hello to everyone and each of you. I can be talking more personally as I watched all the videos and listened to all audio files that you sent, and thank you for sharing. It's been a real pleasure to find out who you are. Thank you for that, for your effort. On the other hand, I had a feeling that the task was a little bit challenging for you for some reasons. Number one, shooting videos is not an easy process, and I understand that, but that was not the main skill that we focused on. Number two, you had to speak English, and thank you for the effort you put into that. Number three, I didn't find a great variety of achievements that you mentioned among all the students, and the most common that you mentioned were two: a school certificate with honors and the enrollment to the university. I'm pretty much sure that you achieved a lot of more smaller things in your life, but the word achievement itself makes you think about more global and big events in your life. In the time of this talk, I'm going to give you a wider idea what life goals are. And this time is not going to be wasted, as you will practice your listening and comprehension skills. Then you will expand your English vocabulary on the topic, how to set up life goals and how to get the real results in your life. And of course, you will train the use of English, fulfilling the task that we're going to give you at the end of this talk. Therefore, the goal of my talk is to prepare you to fulfill this task. And let me begin with a question. What can make the biggest, the most impact in your life? What steps should you take to ensure the real result for change? What brings you to the success, to the point where you can proudly say, well, I did it? If you do not know the answer to this question, I will tell you what. Start goal setting. Step 1. Step 1. First of all, you should identify. You have to make aware yourself where you are at the moment. Let us define this as point A in your life. At this point, you have to answer the question. What are your real results in life? Who you are? What do you have to continue with the process? Let us say you are a person of 12 years old. Then you live with the parents. You share a flat. Living with the parents. You can make money or you cannot make money. Cannot. You have a car or you don't have a car. Car, no car. You can drive and have a drive license, or you do not have a drive license. Then other achievements, the results and the sources you might have in your life. Which sources do you have? And the sources are the things, people, materials, your skills that will ensure that you are going towards your goal. For example, you can construct websites, or you have advanced computer skills, or you know foreign language, or you can drive a car, or you can dance, or you can sing well. These are not only money or material things, and the most important are the skills that you possess. Remember, at this point, you have to answer all these questions clearly and honestly to yourself. Because if you lie to yourself, it's not true, it's illusion. It is not going to bring you anywhere in the life. Then the next step is taken that you have to see the future, let us say the 50 years from this point. And if you are a person that is used to making new plans for the next new year, and the end of the year is already coming, then it will give you a good chance that your goals will be the same as the previous year. Just look back onto this year and see what precisely you have achieved. And if you multiply it by 50, then you will see where you're going to be in 50 years. And let us make it visual. You have to put a real target, like put yourself in the center of this target. This is where you are. Then you have to think deeply what you want to achieve in your material world, in your financial desires. And unless or until you have finished to cover your material needs, you're not going to go further in your life. If you're dreaming to change this world, forget about this, because if you are not going and you are not able to change your own life, all these dreams about world changes are not true. Then see clearly, you are here, what you need and how you're going to get this. Then the next level is to think about your nearest and dearest. What you can ensure for them, for your parents, for your spouses, for your family members, for your brothers, sisters. The next level is to help the family and the nearest people. And only after these two levels have been fulfilled, you start thinking about the other goals, about world changes, about being great, about being successful, famous, and to influence the life around you in a more global way. Only after that you have understood and clear answer to yourself to the question where you are at the moment, what sources you have and what skills you possess, then you may go to the step 2. Step 2 is to set the goals, and keep in mind every time that the goals you set have to be smart. Step 2. Smart goals. What does this all mean? The letter S means that your goal should be specific. For example, if you want to upgrade and to improve your knowledge of English language, that's a wonderful goal that everyone has got in their life. I want to learn English. But when you are asked why you want to learn English and where you are in your knowledge of English, where you want to move the next 1 month, 2 months, or half of a year, you have the answer that you haven't thought even about that. Be specific. Being specific means that now you are at the level of a beginner or at the level of a starter. And you want to move to the next level, not to learn English and use it in the full scale and form, but just move it to the next level, which is for you will be pre-intermediate. This makes this goal specific. And then the next letter M, measurable. Your goal should be measurable. Measurable means that you know exactly how much time you have. Let us say you have 3 months. You need to complete 1 level. You want or you can afford to give only 1 hour a day for studying English, and there must be some course books or textbooks that you want to cover. One textbook. It means when you put all these figures on the paper, then you will see clearly that your goal is not that difficult, because you have 1 level, 1 course book, 1 hour a day, and it will take 3 months for you. The letter A is your goal should be attainable. Attainable means that you can do that. If you set up in the same goal to learn English to skip right away from the beginner to the advanced level, it is not attainable in the course of 3 months. Of course, it is attainable in a long-term time, but not in 3 months. And for you, it's better to put the goals that are closer in time. And attainable, 1 level up is what you should do, attainable. Then make it realistic. Realistic. Of course, learning English language is a very realistic goal, and you go for it. But like, for example, not realistic would be as you want to learn the language of the moon people, and you would go to the moon for that. Is not a realistic goal. Whatever you can reach, whatever is around you, in your environment, that is a realistic goal. And of course, it should be time-bound, which is very important. Time-bound. Time-bound equals that you know exactly how much time you will spend on reaching this goal. When are you going to accomplish it? And in our case of learning the upper intermediate level of English, let us say it will take 3 months to accomplish that, taking into consideration the obstacles that you might face on the way to your goal. Let's extend a little bit, and you put 4 months. 4 months is a deadline for the pre-intermediate level, doing only 1 hour a day, but you have to commit yourself to this goal. And the language you use here is very important. You're not only going to try to achieve this goal, you're not going to think about learning or spending 1 hour a day in the activity of learning. You will commit yourself 1 hour a day, and you will have to find this hour to schedule it during the day. And of course, step number 2 is to And of course, step number 3 is to identify, to predict the obstacles on your way. Life is not framed, and you will meet a lot of events that will try to interfere into your life. Therefore, step number 3, step 3 is identify the obstacles, predict them, cross them out of your life, and commit yourself to the goal of learning English. Find the time. Obstacles. Obstacles. Overcome. Overcome them. Make a plan how you adjust your life to the goal you set. Once you predict the obstacles, of course not all of them, as your life is quite diverse, but major of them, then what you really need to do, and this is the key point in the process, is to develop an action plan. Step 4. Develop an action plan. Action plan. At this point, you should realize that an action plan is written on the paper. Without an action plan to make your goal happen, it is only can be your want or your desire. Without a written action plan, there is a good chance that you will stay at the same point where you are now. At this point, we have to distinguish between a want, and a goal. A lot of people have got many wants. They want a good job, they want a good family, they want a good car, they want an interesting and creative activity, but they never make an action plan towards the goal. If you, let us say, want new sneakers, is your want. New sneakers. And you don't do anything. You don't know where to get money, you don't want what kind of them you want, you just want them. It's your dream, it's your illusion, it's your desire. How to convert, how to turn your want of a new sneakers into a real goal. There will be an action plan. Then specify what really, how much you need to buy new sneakers. Okay, I need 5,000 rubles for a Reebok pair of sneakers. And think, how can you make this 5,000 rubles? Or the best idea would be, I'll ask my granny to give them that money. No, that's wrong. No parents, no grandparents should be involved in the process. It is your goal and you have to reach it. Then you think what you can do, how you can make this money. Let us say you are a good constructor of websites. Or you like playing with the kids and you can babysit kids of your neighbors or somebody, and it will take you 20 rubles per 1 hour of babysitting. Then you will have to spend 25 hours to get 5,000 rubles. Then 25 hours, let us say you babysit for 2 hours, it's approximately 12.5 sessions. Let us say you will babysit not every day but 3 times a week. It will take you 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, you will have 5,000 rubles to go to a store and buy the new sneakers for you. And of course, the most important question, or the most difficult that it might seem to be, is how can I get the job of babysitting? The answer is post an ad online onto all possible social networks, in Vkontakte or in other resources online, and you know them better than anyone else. Then wait and receive the calls, receive the proposals, receive the suggestions, and then you choose whether you increase the price for your service, or you just stay the same or decrease it. You adjust your action plan. Once it's being done, it's not that you cannot change a detail. Be flexible. Approach to your action plan with the ideas of the changes on the way of doing things. Let us say you have posted the ad online and you do not receive any calls. Then you may change your action and try to make up and come up with something different. If there is no result, it does not mean that you are not capable at all. It only means that at the moment you are doing the wrong things. Do not wait till the new year comes and then the new year. Act immediately. If, let us say, for 3 days you have not received any of the calls, then you need to act. Then make another plan. Be creative. My dear friends, you should always remember that changes are hard, and on your way you will meet a lot of people that will be discouraging you of doing what you want to do. They will be telling you that it's not for you, that it's very difficult. There is a great variety of optimistic people. And let me give you small statistics about the percentage of people who really are keen on achieving something in their life. When you meet a lot of people, and there are 90% of them, look, 90% of the whole population, that are satisfied with what life and chance is giving to them. And only 10% of people who are able to set their goals and who commit themselves on their way. Do you want to be among the 90% or among those 10%? You should visualize your future. You should visualize the happy life, the things that will bring you happiness, and to go towards them, having made an action plan. And of course, on this difficult way, you will fail in some steps, and you have to find the force, the energy in yourself to continue, to persist in reaching the goal. Only persistence is awarded. And on the way of the difficult way of your persistence, it's a good idea to find a person who you trust, the person who loves you, a person who wants you to attain the goal, and to share your ideas, to get the support from your friend or from your family, from your parents, that will be not discouraging, but on the other hand will be encouraging and supporting you on your way. So, step 5 is find a great supporter. The greatest supporter on their way to success, of course, is you for yourself. So step 6 is believe in yourself. Believe in what you are doing. And the great passion that you input into the making your goal possible will bring you to the point where you will say, I did it. So step 6, believe in yourself. Step 7. Step 7, define your why. Why is the purpose, why you're doing this? Let us say that you want to improve your English. And when I ask students why they want to improve English language skills, or I ask other people why actually they want to learn language, the common answers are, we want to travel. But look, to travel you need money more than you need English language. The other ideas do not come to their mind. If you want to travel, then you need to identify or to set up which country you want to go. Make it specific. You want to go to London. This been the dream of all your entire life. And that's why you learn English language, to make sure you can feel in this country more comfortable and to socialize, to meet more people, to get involved into more activities, to understand what is going on there, to participate in some events more confidently. That is your why for improving your language. And this why should encourage you, should give you extra energy. Not the goal for the sake of the goal, learning for the sake of learning. You need to know why you are doing this. Or you want to become fitter, you want to work out, you want to attain a good posture, you want to be well built. But why do you want to lose your weight? Why you want to be fit? You need to know what is your purpose behind your goal. By defining your why, your purpose, and letting it to become the part of your soul, you can really become unstoppable and you can achieve anything in your life. You can overcome any obstacle. Remember, your goal needs to have why you are doing this. And the next step, step 8. Dream big and set up a bar high. Dream big and set up a bar high. It means that put the standards up than they are used to. Define for yourself that the bar that you can do right now is somewhere in the middle. But the next step should be higher, because the next step and the final step will be on the top. If you would like to climb the mount, then you begin at the bottom of it, and your goal is on the top. But on your way from the bottom to the top, you will have to stop for a while and to see where you are. So the final step, step number 9, is celebrate your smaller victories. Step 9, celebrate your smaller results. What does this mean? You start somewhere here. You are doing very difficult things. Then you stop here. Give yourself time to celebrate, to reward yourself, to give something pleasurable, and then to think over the next step. You may adjust the next step towards the goal that you are moving according to what you have already done. Then move further up. Then stop here and think, celebrate what you have gained already. It's not even in the middle of your way, but you've done a lot. You have followed your action plan. You've made your goal specific and measurable. You know where you're going to be. Stop and think what adjustments you can make at this point. Then continue your way. Up. Then celebrate. Then up. And celebrate again. Up. The further towards your goal, the bigger results you will be gaining. You will have got some experience already. And when looking back onto your position here in the beginning, you will be surprised how unsure you were, how not positive you were. But from here, you will need to make the final step towards your goal. And at this point, you will have this wonderful feeling. And I do not know anything in life more wonderful than the feeling of the success. My dear friends, I don't know more wonderful feeling than being on the top of your results and the feeling of a great success. And to be there, to be among those 10% of people who are able to reach anything they want in their life, you have to evaluate honestly and truly where you're now, to set up smart goals, to develop a good action plan, and then to find a good supporter, to believe in yourself, to celebrate your smaller results. And of course, if you have a strong why you are doing all this, I can guarantee, assure you with 99.99% that you are going to reach your goal and you will be on the top. I'm looking forward to celebrating your success with you the next year or many years thereafter. And as I promised, we are going to give you a task that you will get via your emails online. And as I told in the beginning of my talk, you will have to fulfill some tasks and practice the use of English. And you will receive this task via an email, and all the instructions will be given in the end. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to your home task having been fulfilled, and I wish all of you a nice day and the biggest results in your nearest future.